Hello, hello. Welcome to Girls Say in the Podcast. I'm your host, Michaela Daniels.
And I'm your host, Kaylee Judge.
And yeah, we're here. This is our very first episode of this podcast ever, and we're so excited. Honestly, Kaylee and I really kind of hopped into Kaylee's idea and was like, I'm gonna host with you, which is so fun, and she's been so kind to let me do so. And we're just really excited for all that this podcast is gonna bring. I think it is going to just honestly be raw and vulnerable of the ups and downs of our lives and just the relatability and the reality of being an adult in your 20s and living in cities that you're not from, and friendships and church and boys and money and everything in between. And we're just super excited, and yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've been honestly talking about this since like what, May?
Yes, at least, 6 months or so? I feel like it's been a fever dream before that. And then we were like, maybe we should stop being in a fever dream to
Let's make it
just do
happen.
it.
So fun, so fun. Yeah, so a little bit about us. We do not live in the same state, if that wasn't obvious. Or I guess not obvious from our backgrounds, but yeah, we don't live anywhere near each other. We live like, I don't know, 1,500 miles apart. But yeah, we met in college. We met in college in Virginia, and after college, I moved here, and then Kaylee moved around.
She traveled.
She traveled. So good times, good times. But yeah, we we met through, we both decided that we wanted to teach fitness classes, like be fitness instructors in college. And we start at the same time?
Yes, we did, because we had those 15-minute trainings for new people.
Yeah.
And we bonded over how much we thought they were a waste of our time.
Yes, yes. So many meetings and yeah, that whole situation.
Yes.
I remember I met her and I was like, "Oh, that redheaded girl is nice, like cool." And she had made a comment to me. We had to do like a tabling session where we were trying to advertise like classes and stuff. She made a comment that she needed a roommate, and was trying to move off campus, and I was looking for a roommate in my off-campus house. And she like said that, and I literally had this like gut instinct. I don't even think. Do you remember this conversation? I don't think you do.
I don't remember serving with you at that table, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. But I just like had this like moment where I was like, this girl, like I like her. I don't even know if it's that I liked you. I just knew you were gonna be my roommate. It just like it hit me in my heart. I knew. And then we ended up living with another girl who also is one of our like dearest friends as well. Yeah, the rest is history. We lived together our senior year, and yeah, that was 3 years ago. Is that correct?
Yeah, coming up on
Yeah.
3 years. But we've managed with the other roommate too to do annual trips together, and when we're in each other's states, meet up and things. So it's been great, and I'm glad Michaela had that gut feeling that I was going to live with her because I was just rambling on at that table, and then I found a roommate. So it
Crazy.
worked out great for me.
Yeah. Lots changed since then. We've changed a lot.
Yes, dramatically so.
Praise God for the change, but
Yes.
crazy. Anyways, yeah. This podcast is honestly just gonna be so much of us just navigating, like us navigating our lives. Like we are real life human beings that um live in space and time of like wanting to try and navigate what it looks like to follow Jesus and to be good roommates and just be good like children to our adult, like our parents as adults, and just all of the things. And so honestly, we just both were like, man, it would be so cool to get to just share with people who are in the same season that we're in, and just be raw and real and vulnerable, and honestly ask each other questions, and answer some questions that we might have had a little bit of experience or knowledge in just through some of the things that we've been through over the last couple years since being out of college. We've both been out for now like 2.5 years, and yeah, we're not by no means are have arrived or understand all the ins and outs of life, but we definitely are learning and growing. And yeah, that's our goal. We just want to learn and grow with you and just yeah, hear from y'all and hear from the things that you want to hear about and talk about and the questions that you have. And sometimes we're going to be like, I have absolutely no idea. and and yeah, we're just that's where we're at. And it took us a long time to figure out the name of this podcast, and we just wanted it. Ultimately, we landed on like girl same because we're like we want it to be relatable. We want it to be like no, like girl same. Like I am struggling with that. That's my life. Like I come home and cry in my bed about being single too. Like just whatever it looks like, whatever that is. We just want you to be like me too. That's where I'm at because we're all here. We're all struggling. We're all living this life, and it's wild and it's hard, but it's also good. It's joyful
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. And I think part of that too is like some of the life lessons that we'll share and things we've learned come very much out of a heart of why didn't anyone warn us? Why isn't anyone talking about this? Am I the only
Literally.
one going through it? So kind of like a shared, we're all living this life, like Michaela said, and hopefully some of our lessons and experiences can help you either prep for the next season or not feel alone in the current one or reflect back on one and say, oh, okay, now I know in hindsight that maybe other people were going through it too. So,
So true. So true. Yeah. So this podcast honestly is for whether you're in college or you're getting out of college or you're newly post grad or you've been post grad for a few years, anyone who's in their 20s and 30s and is just transitioning in whatever way that looks like in their lives of just like going through transition. And I feel like I don't know, our 20s is such a like I feel like every month looks different and feels different and is a different type of transition. And so yeah, we're just experiencing it all and feeling it all and watching our friends' lives change and look really different. Like I have friends with that are the exact same age as me with multiple children, and I have no children. And that's awesome. Both are awesome, but just navigating what that looks like and all the things in that too, which is really fun. And oh my gosh, Kayla Judge, what do you do for a living? What you little professional girly.
yes. So I do financial planning. That's what I went to school for, where Michaela and I met. And yeah, that's what I moved out here for a job. So I do personal money management, investment management, which ends up being a lot of counseling, although it's not my job title, but we have a lot of fun. It's not all boring numbers and spreadsheets. I'm not an accountant, as many might think. I actually get to have fun at work. So no offense to any accountants out there. What do you do, Michaela?
Fun. Yeah, I do something completely different. I think it's to note that Kaylee Judge and I are similar in some ways, but different in every in many many other ways. But I am an ER nurse. I work in the emergency department, which is wild. I have been doing that for 2 years. None of my days look the same, which is part of why I do it. It's intense. It's hard. Some days I come home and hate it. Other days I'm like, just what am I doing? What is my life? But it does have like aspects that are really rewarding and really cool. And I love my coworkers, and I think I work with some of the best people in the world that just genuinely care and just are so smart and so sharp and so like quick minded. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be in your hands if anything were ever happening to me or my family. And so, anyways, I love it. It's crazy. I just got another certification to actually be a sexual assault nurse examiner. And so it's just like an added on certification. So I will also be doing like kit collection and evidence for sexual assault survivors, which is also hard and has its own another different level of trauma. And yeah, but I'm excited for that too. So it's a good time.
Yeah, and because we come from different backgrounds, we are planning to do some kind of our own background type of focused things related to our job field in terms of health moments and money minutes and things like that. So, kind of intertwine that there for you guys and hope to give you some wisdom from kind of more of our professional side of things as well.
Yeah. So, in addition to our professional lives and what we do, and we like to have fun, and I don't know, we're both super passionate about health and fitness and food and all kinds of good things. But honestly, a big focus of this podcast is Jesus. And we both are super blessed just to have like deep personal relationships with the Lord. And we are not perfect by any stretch, but we are trying to just pursue him and love him. And I like started this year and was like, okay, I always pick like a word of the year or a phrase, and I was like, my word of the year is going to be waiting on the Lord. And there's been so many weird moments with that where I've was like, okay, well, I'm waiting on the Lord for, for healing and different things, and for just to see like the Lord do things and build relationships and different people in my life and things. And so I started the year off and was trying to do a small group and lead the small group, and it just was not working, and it just kept on like failing. And I was like, Lord, what I thought I was doing this for you. I'm confused. And so I went through the year, was just has have gone through this year super duper just disappointed and not getting the community that I wanted, or really getting like the pouring out or pouring in, honestly, that I wanted. And the last like 8 weeks, I have gotten to start a small group with two of my really good friends, and we're just seeing fruit of that. And literally on Monday when we met, the three of us were just talking. We were like, guys, we are living in answered prayers. And so I have no idea why the Lord has taken me on such a journey this year, why it's been so hard, why there's been, I feel like, so many setbacks, but ultimately it's like led me to this space and to this point of just being really thankful and grateful and getting to see his face in it. And yeah, and so if that's you, if you are in a space where you're waiting on the Lord for something, waiting for community, waiting for whatever it looks like, continue to just press in and continue to just trust that the Lord has something good for you. And honestly, it might not look anything like what you thought or what you wanted, but it's better. What the Lord provides is always better. And so that's what he's been doing in my life.
I love it. That's so encouraging to hear. And I think sometimes kind of like that word of the year and what the prayer is gets answered in ways that we don't expect. And you hear that over and over again, and then you're living it and you're like, what's going on? And then you realize what's going on. God's doing what he always does, his will, which is great. And it's always the best for us, for sure. Recently in my life, kind of retrospectively, kind of going back last year, I had been in Arizona just about 6 months and had some health issues come up. I hadn't had a big community here yet. I was really just plugged in at a church recently, right before that had happened. And so I felt really alone. And thankfully, I had just really sweet time with the Lord during that time. And I wasn't able to work out. I wasn't really able to do much of anything because all of it was causing me issues. And so I spent a lot of time at home reading my Bible, listening to worship music, and things like that. And I just grew a lot closer to the Lord during that time. And then he brought into my life about 6, 7 months after that incident happened, a just wonderful friend group, community of girls in an unexpected way. I joined a Bible study. I was already a part of a Bible study, just not super close. And I joined a new one only because someone that I knew was like, I kind of want to do it, but not alone. And so I figured, okay, whatever. I don't really think I'm going to get anything out of this, but I'll sign up just so, you go or whatever. And I showed up, and just the sweetest girls were there, right in my age range, which I had been struggling to find girls in my same stage of life who I could really connect with. And it has just been so fruitful. We've gone on trips together now. We're encouraging each other. We're in the same Bible study now that's gone more longer term. And it's just been really sweet to see kind of that community blossom, and feeling, looking back, feeling really lonely. And then knowing that the Lord just building me up and making sure that, he was in the God spot in my heart and not anything else. And before he brought in other people that I could love on and that could love me well as believers too. So yeah, but that's just a little bit about us, our story, and our hope for this podcast. And I hope that you will join us for the ride, because it is going to be a fun one, undoubtedly. Yes, buckle up. It's going to be a blast. You haven't seen the half of the hoot and holler that we can create. So I hope you will join us for all of that. I will be releasing episodes weekly on Thursday. So please tune in. And we're just really excited to have you guys and to be able to hopefully pour into you and love on you well. And thanks for trusting us in that.
Thanks so much. Welcome to Girls Same. Bye.